But every month should be Mental Health Month. Not only every month it should be Mental Health Month, every year, every day should be Mental Health Day and Mental Health Month. We should be focusing on mental health every year.
Who is it that you like to talk about today?
Today we're talking about behaviors that is so normal, that has gotten so normalized. It's wrong behavior that has become normalized behavior. And it's dangerous behavior that is going to fall down from higher end to the lower end. And that is the Congress, the U.S. House of Representatives. And one representative we're going to be talking about today is Representative Marjorie Taylor Green of Georgia.
Give us some background information on Marjorie Taylor Green.
Before Marjorie Taylor Green that was elected to Congress, she was the one that was even harassing David Hogg, the gun activist that was trying to get safety for protecting people from gun violence.
And how did that come out?
It came out that she just followed David Hogg around when he said, "Why are you taking away my Second Amendment?" If you look at the Second Amendment was actually used as a rebellion, as to put down the rebellion. Okay? That was what the Second Amendment was about. The Second Amendment if you read the original intent of the Second Amendment, it did not include individual rights to firearms. It only included it in the 1990s Heller decision, Heller versus D.C. If you read the D.C. Heller decision, read it, that's when you have the individual right to bear arms back in the 1990s.
Has Marjorie Taylor Green harassed or...
She has harassed a lot of people before she got into Congress, like AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She even harassed a lot of black members in Congress, even got Jamal Bowman with trouble when she said, and I quote, "I felt threatened by him." I felt threatened by Jamal Bowman, a big, tall, black guy, which was a treasure trope for you could get killed for saying, "I feel threatened." You could be put in jail or worse, killed.
Okay. What was Marjorie Taylor Greene's most recent incident?
Her most recent incident, and this is a racist incident, and this is a true definition of racist, bigotry plus the power to implement policy, by the way.
Okay.
If you look at the NAACP's definition of racism.
What did she do?
She called Representative Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat of Texas, insulting her intelligence. That's another tripe, is that black people were not intelligent. The eugenics argument.
The eugenics argument. So explain eugenics argument to them.
The eugenics argument is a scientific racism and non-desirables.
For non-desirable.
It's for non-desirables of who's superior to whom. And it was and eugenics was invented by Charles Darwin's cousin.
Okay. So in the Senate, what did Marjorie Taylor Greene say?
The House
in the House. Excuse me.
In the House Oversight Committee. Okay. In the House. Marjorie Taylor, there was this hearing on Joe Biden when it came to the classified documents information. And Marjorie Green accused Jasmine Crockett of not having intelligence. AOC stood up for her. And then Marjorie Taylor Green, this woman, even said, "Oh, that hurts my feelings. Is your feelings hurt?"
Okay, and what was the response back?
And the response back was Jasmine Crockett clapped back at her and said, if this Blondie here, if you just got to read the whole film so I can be more accurate, then to strike down the words. And there's a reason why you strike down the words in the House of Representatives, because it can lead to fights.
Okay, and so have other responses coming in saying that they haven't seen this type of behavior in the
House of Representatives. We have seen some bad behavior in the House of Representatives before, but not like a Taylor Marjorie Green, Paul Gosar, Lori Boebert. Not like this. We are normalizing this type of behavior.
Well, we aspire to encourage our children
And
to.
we try to encourage our people to run for House, run for Senate, run for your state legislators and city council. When you see behavior like this, you're going to see more people that just said, I don't want to even want to deal with people like this. And people like Terrell Marjorie Green could either get you two ways. It gets you in jail or false allegations. Remember Emmett Till?
Okay, and
It comes from that same cloth as Emmett Till for even whistling.
okay, so when you say it comes from the same cloth of Emmett Till whistling, or anybody saying something back to her because she's white.
Yep, she's coming back when she's white. And anybody that stands up, and if you're especially a minority, if you stand back and clap back, who gets the worst end of it? It ain't the bully or the perpetrator. It's actually the one that actually stood up for themselves that
Okay,
gets into the trouble.
so
Not the perpetrator that started the mess in the first place.
so basically, this would be reversed on AOC and the young lady from Texas.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett of Texas, because Alexander Ocasio-Cortez is Puerto Rican.
So basically,
And and Jasmine Crockett is a black woman.
okay, and so basically, what you're saying is it is nothing wrong with standing up for yourself, you know.
That's right. Like, yeah,
And so what recently happened, there are many people leaving the house. Uh,
because they don't want to deal with the behavior anymore.
okay, can you name some of the people that have left the?
One of them was Jacob Turner from Kansas that retired. Another one, there's some that's running for the Senate, and there's just some that just resigned early, like Mike Gowder of Wisconsin, because he didn't want to deal with those wignuts anymore.
Okay, and so what do you think should be done to Marjorie Taylor Green?
She's already been disciplined enough. She's been stripped by the Democrats for her committee assignments, for her anti Semitic remarks and the space lasers. She's already been kicked out of the Freedom Caucus. Even as bad as the Freedom Caucus is, she was even so crazy that the Freedom Caucus kicked her out because the way she talked to Lori Boebert, which Lori Boebert had her own crazy behavior herself, for calling the fellow person a bitch.
Okay, well, that was strong.
And it's true. That's Taylor Marjorie Green. Yes.
All right. So, in other words,
And then what she tried to do was get rid of Mike Johnson, just as the Speaker of the House in Louisiana. And it was voted down 36 to 4 to 365.
okay, and because of her humiliation, do you think that she's gonna really?
No, she's not gonna change. She's just gonna grow and grow and grow. And why is that going to grow? Because the people in the 14th district is going to reward her for it. With social media nowadays, she can raise money off of it.
What?
Yeah, she can raise money off of it. If you look at the 14th district, they think just like Terrell Marjorie Green, and she is going to be rewarded for it.
So she's comfortable in her position where she's at because if she was in another district, she wouldn't. They would been have thrown her out a long time ago, right?
If she was in a swing district or there was no gerrymandering, if there was no computerized gerrymandering, Taylor Marjorie Green would not even be elected to Congress. It would never have gone this far.
Who was the before she had went to the house and insulted? There was another lady that had to move her desk away from her. Who was that?
That would have been Representative Cori Bush from Missouri. Cori Bush, that was just elected to Congress. She had to move her office away from Terrell Marjorie Green because of the threat that she poses. Because, see, black women do not play that. They just don't. Certain places do not play that. Because one of these days, somebody is going to knock Taylor Marjorie Green off. But like Duke Jackson even said, shout out to Osei, keep on living. Keep on living, Taylor Marjorie Green. Keep on living. Because when you mess with the wrong person, they're going to knock you out.
Okay, it'll be another Friday after next.
It will be
right?
another Friday after next. When this is just Chris Tucker, this is not me. This is just Chris Tucker. You got knocked the fuck out.
And
That's not me. That's going to be a Friday after that. Another Debo. Because that's what's going to end up happening. It's going to be a Debo in Congress, folks.
all right, so wrapping up with Taylor Marjorie Green, how you know Kill it. What's your last speech on Tell Marjorie
And
Green?
we have to stop electing people like Taylor Marjorie Green, because if we don't, then you're normalizing behavior, not just to yourself, but to the kids out there. And then you're going to have to explain to your kids, how come I can't do it and Taylor Marjorie Green can't get away with that type of behavior? You know why? Because she's protected by a system. That's why. You know why? Because there are more people that reward people like Taylor Marjorie Green, okay? Like the 14th Congressional District. If you look at the 14th Congressional District in Georgia, it has been very racist. A long time, very racist.
Okay.
It also says something about the 14th Congressional District in Georgia, that they agree with this type of behavior. When you elect people like this, it just really just be a vessel to say, I agree with this behavior. I don't want my children acting like this, but that's just inconsistent with your values.
All right. So, on that note,
On that note, this is Mental Health Month, and I got another live coming real soon.